Hello beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, I want to show you guys how to create a wish list functionality to your e-commerce website. So as you guys see right here in my previous tutorial, I showed you guys how to build this amazing e-commerce shop as well as the single product page. And as you see right down here, we see this add to wish list button. This was added on this single product page. Therefore, if a person is not ready to purchase this beetroot powder right now because maybe they can't afford it or maybe they just don't need it at this moment, but they do want to come and find this product later and just go ahead and check out, that's where wish list comes into play. So as you see, we created the button here on the single product page. Once a person or a customer clicks it, it then will change and update to view the wish list because now this product, this beetroot powder product, has now been added to the wish list. So now just click on view the wish list. And you see it brings up a product wish list page specifically tailored towards the specific client. So as you see, I now have all of these different products inside of my wish list. And as you see right there down at the bottom, here is the beetroot powder one that I just added. At any point, you can always remove certain things from your wish list as well. But as you see, we have this totally customized product wish list page. I'm going to show you guys how to do this step by step in today's tutorial. So let's hop right into it. Okay, so now before getting started, the first thing that you do want to do is on the WordPress dashboard, you need to make sure that you do have CrocoBlock already installed and activated because again, we are using a third-party tool to create this functionality. So once you do have it already installed, and by the way, guys, I do have a link for you guys down below if you guys want to check out CrocoBlock for yourself. I highly recommend it. It is one of the biggest tools in my arsenal of what I use to build my Elementor and WordPress websites. CrocoBlock allows you to create dynamic websites using their suite of tools or their suite of plugins called JetPlugins. So there's over 21 plugins that you can use, over 200 and something widgets, and a lot of templates. If you guys are looking to improve your websites and take them up to the next level, this is the tool for you, and I will have a link down below. So once you do already have CrocoBlock itself already installed and activated, the next thing you need to do is go to update and installations. Since CrocoBlock do provide so many different plugins that you can use, you do need to come to this page first. That way you can install the necessary plugin that's going to be needed for this wish list functionality. And it's going to be this one right here. Now, I did a previous full-blown WooCommerce tutorial, so of course I already have all of my plugins that were needed for that website build. However, yours will not be up there. Yours will be down here with the included Jet plugins that comes with your specific license. All you have to do is click on install and then you will see it somewhere up here. And then the next thing you need to do is click on activate plugin. So you see my Jet compare and wishlist plugin is already installed and activated. So now that I have everything installed and activated, now it's time to start putting this together. So let's go ahead with the first step. So the first thing you need to do is go into the single product page because that's where we want to add the button. So as you see, guys, this is the single product page template that I have already created. I talked about how to do this in another video. I have it linked above. However, you see we have it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this. And if we were to click on this widget, you see this is the wish list button. Now, if we were to just go up here to the elements tab and just type in wish list, you will see that you have the wish list. You also have the wish list button and you also have the count button. I'm not currently using the count button, but you could use that if you want to. However, in this tutorial, we're just going to be using the wish list grid right here and the wish list button. So all you need to do is just simply grab the button, and place it wherever you want it to sit on your single product page. And of course, by default, it'll have the global settings here, but you can just come over here and change it as you please. You can even change the label. So let's say you want this to say the love basket or something like that. You can totally do that. It's up to you and what you want. You can even change out the icon if you want it to be something else. So again, we're talking about a basket, right? Maybe you might want this little shopping basket right here. And once it's added, you can even add what it looks like. So remember before when we clicked on add to wish list, it says a check mark and it says view wish list. That's where this part will come into play, because there's two parts of this button. You have the add to wish list before a person even adds it to it, and once it's clicked, instead of directly taking them to the wish list page, it will adjust the button to now say a check mark and view the wish list. And of course, you can toggle on or off the icon depending on your design preferences. And of course, you just go over to the style and you start, you go over to the style and you start editing up how you want it to look. So for this one, if we just open up the style tab, you see that the background color is transparent, because I actually don't want it to have a color, but on hover, I do want it to be our primary color. And once it's added, I want it to be our secondary color with the necessary details. You see that I also did some border radius, margin, and padding. So again, it's totally up to you. And that's pretty much all you need for the single product page. So just go ahead and publish this once you're done. And now back on the dashboard, you need to go to pages, all pages. And what you need to do from here is create a new page. I already created mine. If we just scroll down here, you see I created a page that says wish list. So in order to use that second widget for the wish list to make the overall wish list page, we definitely need to create our own page. It doesn't have to be a template. So this is why I went to pages, and you just add a new page, call it the wish list or whatever you want it to be called, and then go ahead and open it with Elementor. Now that you have the page open, you can do other things like creating you a banner, which again, I showed you guys all about this in my full WooCommerce tutorial. So I won't go over this part here, but add you a nice little banner, make it look in alignment with the rest of your website. And the next thing you need to do is add in another container. And this time you're going to drop in the wish list widget. So going back to the widgets tab and just typing in wish list is going to be this one right here. And that's going to set it up right here. Now, when you first drop it in, it's going to look something like this, which is extremely ugly, and we don't want that. So what you need to do is, of course, come over here, and they have a bunch of styling options for you. Now, if we can just go to ours that we have right here, you can see kind of a little bit of what I did for mine. So we have the columns. We want it to be 3, but you can, adjust this to be whatever you want. And of course, you want the empty text. So if there is no products on a person's wish list and they just so happen to stumble across this page, then you would read out this text right here. And then you can also show, because at the end of the day, guys, this is mainly just a product card. So you can toggle on and off what you have showing right here. So obviously for the purposes of a wish list, people just want to remember what the product was. So basically the title and how much was the price, and whether they have to select a specific option or something like size or something like that. That's pretty much all you want. But if you want to have like the tags and categories, or maybe even a little excerpt, basically the description of the individual products, you can do that. It's totally up to you. So you see, guys, I didn't do too much of that over there. So I did go over in the style tab, and the first thing that you would notice that I did do was I went on ahead and rounded things off. Again, this is my personal design preference, but it's totally up to you. And I did add some padding because I wanted a little bit more space, and I wanted to actually look like a card. Now, by default, the remove from wish list button will sit on top. So if we were to just actually add the wish list widget back in so I can show you guys. You see right here with this one, if I just open this one up, go to the style, the remove button. Let's actually make this color black so we can see. And let's say remove, because right now it's going to just be a little trash can icon. As you see, this is pretty much how it looks. So you definitely need to go in here and play around with some things. And let's just go ahead and give it a background color so you can see how that looks as well. So this is what it looks like. So when I did rearrange mine, obviously I did give it some space, because as you see by default, they kind of make them a bit squished together, and we do not want that. So we just go to the one I created here. just close this out. If we were to go to the remove button, you will see that I did give it some bottom margin to move it away from our product card or our product image. And I have my text to say remove from wish list. If we were to just go over to the thumbnail, you will see that I also gave it some border radius right here as well. And of course, all I kept was the title and price. So I did edit them up to look exactly how I would want as well. So guys, this is just to show you that you can just come in here, make it look exactly how you want. I have a full tutorial where I broke down like the sizing, not the sizing, the styling of individual cards on my full WooCommerce tutorial. So go watch that if you guys haven't. But in a gist, that's pretty much it. The only thing that you must do is the first thing, go into your single product page template, add the button here. So the wish list button, as you see here, you just want to add that, style it up how you want. And then you need to go to the overall page that you created called wish list. And this is where you will just map out or style out the actual wish list page. And there you go. All of this will work dynamically right out of the box. So all you're really doing with the wish list is really just adding the pages needed and the button that's needed, and then just styling it up to match your website. And that's pretty much it on how you can create the wish list functionality on your e-commerce website inside of Elementor using WordPress. Now, I do have a full-blown tutorial again where I talked about this entire e-commerce site. If you guys missed it, I will highly suggest you guys watch this, and it'll be up on the screen to watch next. That's all I got in today's tutorial, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.